Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle and the Gleaming Devs. The raid is opening soon, December 3rd, so here I go with complete detailed guide for each stages from 1 till 5. I did choose a little bit different approach than my regular guides, and I will be commenting on my gameplay and stopping it to show all the details you need to know about, so you'll be fully prepared. You are able to see it's in the ash heap on the map. This place already exists. On December 3rd you will be able to enter. On the inside you just run in. Before each stage you have a set of workbenches, stash boxes, scrap boxes, ammo boxes, so you can get ready even on the inside. Yes, it is limited to 4 players and it is instance interior, so it is for you. And good news, progress is saved, so whenever you complete one stage, it will be saved for you. Stage 1 is the easiest one, but no, stage 5 is not the hardest. Stage 2 is the hardest. And here you need to defeat a turret, a super mega turret, super powerful one, and there are some gimmicks into it. First, it is a turret, so it counts as a robot. If you need a full raid runner build, I already uploaded it, and no, it's not the only possible option. I'm just showcasing in my raid runner build what works best from my experience. Doesn't mean it's the only way. Now, as you can see, VATS is very important, as that what helps you target this shield system on the turret. As well, the floor is electrified in here, so if you touch it you are taking a lot of damage, so you cannot really get close. And it's very tricky if you want to do it melee. I do not recommend. If you touch the turret bot, you die. So being able to attack it with melee without really touching it is tricky. It is possible, but it is tricky. In the same time, as you can see, damage reflection effects do amazing job on this turret. I almost took its shield solo by deflecting its damage. So that's what I recommend on the stage 1, and that's as well the reason it's the easiest. Now, after you take down the shield, the turret is taking significant damage when you fire directly at the torso. There are only 2 pieces, there is torso and the shield, and it will take huge damage. Now, after a while, as you can see, the floor is getting hot, and there are 3 doors, A, B, and C, with orange lights next to it. When the orange lights are flashing, that's the indication this door is open. You need to hide before the heat explosion, otherwise you die. You die if you don't hide on time. There are only 3 shelters like that, so you need to have enough DPS to kill the Guardian, the turret, before you run out. Because after the 3rd hit wave, there will be a 4th one. And if you don't kill the turret before the 4th hit wave, you lost. So the first boss is basically a simple, I would say, DPS check for you and your party, if there is even a point to let you further in. And to answer another question, if you want to keep farming the first boss, you can. If you even pass it, you get your rewards. Then you abandon the quest, as that is the quest. You can do it again, although it's not really very beneficial, as further down the line stages give better rewards. So you really want to do a complete raid and not just reset the first stage with the turret. And now you can see the 2nd hit wave is starting by the floor. This shelter is active, so I can just move backwards. That's why I was just standing in front of one of 2 remaining shelters. It's 50% chance it will be the one. If it's not open, then you just run to 2nd one. Only during the first phase you need to really figure out which one of 3 will be there. Now I have only 1 left, so for the last hit wave I know exactly where it will be, unless I can kill it faster. Okay, let's... And just a quick demonstration, that's what will happen if you try to touch it. Instant death. It's not like you are taking damage, it's instant death. And as you can see, when the shield is up and you are hitting the shield, the Guardian himself is still taking damage, it's just less damage than when shield is down, but it is taking some damage when targeting the shield. After you defeat the Guardian, it will blow up, and you will receive the reward for stage 1, as well your progress will be saved. So you can see, rewards are good. There is a variety of stuff, including possible 4-star drops and 4-star legendary mod boxes plus unique plans, but there is only a small chance for those. It's not a guarantee. Then, before stage 2, again, you have a set of workbenches, and then you go for the hardest stage. As with other stages, when everyone is ready, you just press the button, and here we go. Why this one is the hardest? We're pressing the button, the door opens, and we go to collect canisters. And here is the guy. That's Ultra Genetic Ball Miner Stalker. You cannot kill it. It's immune to almost any form of crowd control, and its damage is guaranteed. One-shot kill on you. So the best you can do is avoiding getting hit. That's the best strategy. As you can see in my case, I can see this marker on the compass. Pay attention to that. It is possible because of my recon sensors. So basically on my helmet for this stage, I have recon sensors equipped. Therefore, when I press the right button, even running with the minigun shredder, my right button is the aim, so when I aim for it for 1 second, it will be tagged and permanently show on my compass. So that's very handy. It will give me idea where it is. As well, at least with the recent version, it may change. Those guys were updated frequently during public test server, so I don't know exactly how often do they plan to still update them. But at least currently, it is possible to stagger it with the minigun shredder. That's why I'm running with a minigun shredder without ammo. Standing there. And look at the stagger. Otherwise I would be dead. It moved at me, touched the shredder, and got staggered. And I was able to pass other one. Usually, when you see them and you are already running head on, just keep running. Turning around may be worse idea. From my experience, whenever I tried to turn around last second, I died. And you deliver this fuel to the depot. As you can see, regular mole miners that can be killed will be attacking the drill. And some of the people on my team are defending the drill. Generally, it is not recommended until very end. Okay. That's how those canisters look like, just a quick zoom. So they randomly place inside those tunnels, not fully randomly. There are fixed spots that may or may not be populated. There is fixed amount of those canisters that will spawn on possible spots. You can see our progress bars for the drill fuel and the drill health bar. About defending the drill. The thing is that over time, it's not dependent on the amount of fuel you loaded, but basically over time, mole miners will get stronger and hit drill harder. So the best strategy at this moment is to run for fuel with everyone on your team. Ignore the defense of the drill completely until or if the drill will drop to like half of the health. Then assign someone to defend it. But before that point, if everyone lands for the drill, your actual chance for the drill fuel, your actual chance of success is higher than if you have people defending it. It is possible to do duo. I have no idea if this is doable solo. It may be tricky and very hard simultaneously. So you can see, maybe on this video it looks easy, but that's only I practiced for hours upon hours, week after week, to avoid those mole miners. Initially I was dying all the time trying to run those tunnels. And main improvement is that I can stagger them with the minigun shredder. So there is a way for me to do something to prevent myself from a random death. And you can see we are finishing here. The drill is almost dead. We lost 2 people and failed. So I just wanted to show you one fail at the very end so you know it's not easy. It was the same operation, it was going good until the very end when 2 people died. The Mole miners got harder, there was not enough fuel, and a fail. And that's finally a successful attempt. As you can see, our veteran helper did die again, so it's not easy at all. It's like Pac-Man, but playing on the highest possible difficulty and even one step higher. It is very hard. With 4 people, it is still hard. The hardest of all the stages. But can be done. You need to be patient and do something to calm your nerves. That really works on me. I mean, this second stage really put my nerves up. But after a while, yeah, I learned and I succeeded. When you finish stage 2, everything after that will be easier. So we're heading to stage 3. As usually, there is another set of workbenches. Between those stages, you need to run deeper. That's important. If you take a break, let's say after stage 2, and go back to the game next day to go and do stage 3, unfortunately you will need to run all the way back down, as you are not spawning at the stage you last did. You need to run all the way. So if you are at stage 5 and you are resuming next day, you need to run all these tunnels, like 1 minute run down. And don't look at this build. It was work in progress, so as you can see, it's not nearly as perfect as the one I uploaded already in the video. That's my work in progress, switching stuff and testing still. And now stage 3, we are again pressing the button to activate it, and we are facing 3 Enclave superheroes. And there are shield generators behind those doors. Okay, now let me just pause here for a second. So we can see I just broke C generator and it's red. The right behind me are red. There is B and the lights are blue. There is A and lights are already red. So red light indicates generator is broken. Blue light indicates generator is operational. You need to break all 3 of them and they need to remain broken in order for you to be able to damage at all Enclave superheroes, as they have shields provided from those generators. All 3 of them need to be broken, and then you can attack them. There is 3 of them, they have abilities, and those Reaper bots will keep coming. The Reaper bots very quickly will put the generators back to operational real fast, so we need to focus on them. And if they fix it, as you can see, the light turns blue. You need to go there, break it again, remove the repair bots, and go back to the fight. Now, the repair bots are very, very consistent at that. It's a good strategy if you have multiple people to spread around and everyone covers one generator. And in the time those are broken, you go and fight those Enclave superhero. They have high damage. One of them have really high nasty stagger. One of them drains your action points. So they not super easy, but in the same time, that's quite classic combat that we are used to. So in my opinion, it feels way easier than any other stage for this regard, after you learn, as you are basically killing stuff in this stage and tanking the damage. They have high damage, not as high as the final boss or as one-hit kill mole miners. And the only annoying part is keeping going back and forth, fixing those generators, and then attacking those Enclave superheroes that are fighting you in here. So you can see those bots are spawning all the time, flying everywhere. With 2 people dead already in this raid, it makes it so much harder, as those generators come back up one after another. So at least one of you, if there is only a duo, need to keep running between one and other generator, while whoever is left is trying to stop the repair bots and keep one generator broken. Eventually, you will kill them all, mission will succeed, and we are up to stage 4. As you can see, the plans are not dropping very often. The unique plans for new rewards, you can see my reward pages and there is no plan. The drop chance is unfortunately low. including plans for new power armor. So the grind will be long, so it's very important to learn everything. Another set of workbenches you can get ready. And you are heading to press button number 4. This is relatively tricky, at least early on before you learn it. And your teammates can make it harder, unfortunately, if they don't know what to do. There is, again, Ultra Genetic Mole Miner. I do recommend to tag him with recon scope or recon sensors on your torso. You may notice I'm attacking those crystals and not the guy himself or other creatures. That's because they immune to damage, and there is no way you do damage to them outside of those explosions from crystals. And you can see I was testing a new effect with a stun on reload. Doesn't work on them, so they immune to crowd control, immune to damage, but the only thing they're not immune are those crystals that you are breaking. The reason I'm using a weapon with multi-projectiles, the crystals break when you shoot them with more projectiles. Your damage doesn't really matter, just more projectiles. Why am I shooting the guy? I want to bring his attention. As crystals are limited, after you run out of crystals, you are out of luck. It's a loss, basically. So you don't want to waste those crystals. You want to focus on the mole miner first, as he's the one that one hits everyone. Other creatures in this phase are regular one, so they don't one hit everyone. The mole miner does. So you shoot them only to bring their attention, as you cannot do damage, and you want to have them close to those crystals to then blow the crystal, and they are taking damage. The mole miner is the toughest. You can see the green stuff coming from those crystals. This is a poisonous cloud, but it's not really doing a poison damage, so I shouldn't say poisonous. It's ultracite cloud. So those ultracite clouds slows you down and do direct damage to your health bar that cannot be mitigated by resistances, so I do recommend to just have a high amount of health, at least for this stage. If you want to play bloodied, it's fine, but for this stage, keep high. And you were able to see when I broke the big crystal, it was huge amount of damage to those creatures. And yes, bigger crystal, more damage. That's the rule for this phase. Smaller crystals, less damage. But you only have 2 huge crystals for this stage, so save them when there is a lot of enemies around you. After you kill all of those enemies, the mission is completed and you are ready for stage 5. The stage 4 is the only stage that is easier solo than on a team, as all enemies will be chasing you. So that's a good news. But all other stages are easier on a team. Exception is stage 4. Now we are heading for stage 5, which is the boss fight. The snake fight. Surprisingly not the hardest. Not the hardest stage. It is hard, not the hardest. So the snake fight. Green lava, if you touch it, you are dead. So absolutely avoid touching it. It's the same situation as fissure sites. You do not touch the green lava. Wait for your teammates before you move forward, as this bridge will disappear. When you move forward towards the green waterfall, the bridge will disappear and anyone standing on it will instantly die. It's a good moment to use your buffs if you plan any. Now the ultracite terror appears. Its weak spot is eye, so aiming for the eye is also my idea. Only really realistically possible in VATS. That's why I do recommend VATS, especially for this stage. Other stages you cannot really do so much better aiming for weak spot, but this stage is a huge difference. And look at that. Coffee. Coffee supply is what keeps your VATS up all the time. That's what I'm using. With the team, we are hitting it hard. It does quite a lot of damage. My teammates already died, as you may notice. So yeah, the damage is quite high, especially the poison damage. And you need to be careful, as this snake will be eating on the island you are standing on. Can you see a big hole already over here on the right hand side? If you fall through the hole into the green lava, you're dead. So the snake, it's not the hardest, but if you don't have huge amount of poison resist, your health is melting. I do recommend, if you want to tank it, at least 400 poison resist for those poison attacks, or learn how to dodge those poisonous balls really well, as this attack hits hard. It does attack with Sonic Scream and melee attacks as well, and the tail attacks that are melee, but the most powerful one is this acid attack that is considered to be a poison, so you need to do your best to either avoid it, or, yeah, that's the lava. You were able to see it, 8 on the island, and we died. And I intentionally wanted to show some of the failures, so you know it's not so easy. I could just keep a successful ones, but no, it's not easy. Raid is not easy. Raid is hard, even if you practice. And that's again the scenario where we die. And that's another attempt, and we are succeeding with 3 people still alive, and the snake is dead. So that's a success of stage 5 and the last stage. You will receive rewards and you will be moved outside of this location. After that you can start over. So those are the rewards for the final fight, and yeah, those are random. The best chance to drop plants in here, but still random, so it's not guaranteed that you will get a new plants even on stage 5. And now the raid completed and the quest starts over. So you can see raid Gleaming Depths, explore the abandoned facility. That's the initial quest, and that it is again. So basically you don't need to do anything or pay anything to start over. The raid is available for you. As soon as you finish, you can do it all over again. The quest will be restarted, the Gleaming Depths, and you can go in and do the same thing. So hopefully this guide will help you out, as that's not an easy thing to do in Fallout 76. Raid is definitely the hardest content we ever received. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer in comment section or during Turtlecast. So feel free to ask your questions. There is just over a week left and the raids are dropping. I wish you best of luck on your attempts. And see you there in the Gleaming Depths. Turtle out. Thank you for watching.